All right. So last time you guys finished up your fight on top of Little Oak, traversing the dangers of a doll-ridden forest, punting and kicking and throwing and slashing and burning a horde of dolls that had destroyed part of the forest that you guys were not expecting, and did some serious damage to Little Oak. And he's sitting about quarter HP, thanks to some very good battle tactics of probably the best use of sanctuary of all time, and a few other things. You guys were able to keep him alive and well. You maneuvered down into the what Will referred to as the Wayward Pool. You summoned a unicorn whose name I totally know at the moment. Lamorna, excuse me. It's been a couple of weeks, guys. She gave you a bit of information about what was going on. I believe she even mentioned that Zybilna had been frozen in time, and it was likely that the Hourglass Coven, the trio of hags, had used her mate's horn to do it. She also told you that the pool around her was capable of lifting curses. And Kevis, Moose, and Celesta all decided to give it a go while Eli was having a slight panic attack about a unicorn and walked away with Jax as his comforts. And Zarius is just sitting in a tree, like snapping at these like kind of pink and yellow and blue little flyers, these little floaties that are in the air. I'm kind of picking some of them up like snacks, like little lightning bugs. We ended the session, whatever it was. Time is weird. With Kevis first. He won the rollies, and saw a vision of his parents in a cave stealing something from a fortress. They managed to get themselves back to a teleportation circle, but not before, in the last second, a hugely muscular, cloaked figure. Thank you for the Ashley Johnson reference. Yes, time is a weird soup. It is confirmed as D&D canon that in the Fae, time is a weird soup. But right before Kevis's parents hit their teleportation circle, Kevis still not able to see their faces, but being able to see their body and their movements with a pang of familiarity. This dark cloaked figure with a gnarly staff and horns growing out of their head came up and lashed out with a blast of green and black fire, washing over them. And Kevis, who was seeing this, darting out towards him, attempting to strike. And in the last second before the vision ended, right as the flames were hitting, his eyes shifted over and looked straight at Kevis's visage inside of the viewing of these events, seemingly marking him last second, possibly accidentally. And that was where we left off last time. And now, Moose and Celesta, would you both please give me some rollies?
Like a
D20, like you're betting against Eli for useless stuff.
Okay, deal.
You don't want to win.
I don't know if that even went through.
Yep, it went through. I see a 2. There's a fair chance that Moose is going first.
Okay. Apparently.
Give me just a second here.
I'd like to point out the squid hat is our biggest loss yet.
I thought that was recovered.
Kinda.
The flute.
What was
too.
left of
You
it,
took-
yeah.
Can you take Kevis's flute?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I
didn't-
mean, I think the biggest thing we lost was just Pinky and her inventory. That's okay.
Is the
Well,
hat,
and her knowledge base.
is the hat
Sweet.
damaged or just dirty?
It's disgusting.
Okay,
What
I can deal
happened
with
with the hat? Where did it go wrong? Was it the slime?
homunculus.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my
guys!
God. So, do you want us to both roll again, or like?
yeah, that's how rollies work. If you tie, you do it again.
Okay, we were both obviously like, no, please pick the other one first. No, you
Right.
can go first.
All right.
You go first.
No, you can go first. I don't know if it's
After you.
actually.
After
Yeah,
you.
it's not sending it, so I'm gonna have to try that again. Please lead just as low. Oh my gosh, it was even lower. Let's see if it sends it. My roll 20 might be being a little weird. Yeah, it is definitely not connected.
it's lower, so it's a nat one.
It was not a
I-
nat one. It was a 9.
Oh.
I got an 8 and a 9. But for some
Okay.
reason, it's not sending it to Foundry.
No,
All
That's
right.
weird.
So Moose first, and I'm gonna move you guys a little bit further into the pool, just as you're like drifting and swimming around. And remind me, what are you guys? What are you wearing?
Oh,
I know
Yeah, Moose is
Moose-
definitely Moose is in his birthday suit.
nice. Okay. Celesta.
She's just in like, cotton shirt, pants.
Basic out of armor garb.
Yeah.
Kevis.
Kevis would not have given a shit about his gear, so he probably would have walked in full geared. Because he can
All right.
get rid of all the water off his gear later. Easily.
Okay. All right, Moose, you go in and for you, it's a little bit of a strange sensation being in here. There's something about Moose as a person, Moose's life.
Here we go.
This place is obviously pure. And there's a little bit of like a disconnect, only like a partial discomfort with being around something that is so pure. It's almost like tingly, almost like an itch on your skin. And makes you feel you're obviously immersed in like diving into the water, and like as you're kind of getting used to the sensation, there's not even like a struggle to breathe. It's almost like the breath that you took as you jumped in is sustaining itself. But as you're drifting and just the underwater sounds, just a little bit of rippling waves up top, maybe like the brush of some sort of underwater plant, begins to clear your mind to a degree. Which is an unusual state for Moose to be in. It's not something he practices terribly much. Go ahead and give me a wisdom check, please. Or a charisma check, your choice. $18, alright. Some of the only times that Moose has ever really calm is when he's drunk. And there's like a certain level of drunk that like just makes him like chill out. And it's kind of a fine line, like too much, any more than that and it's just like it's party animal Moose. Any less than that, it doesn't really do anything. But there is like a kind of a little bit of like a zen, maybe like 3 drinks in before it all really starts to hit him, and he's just starting to feel it. Kind of feels a little bit like that. It's a little bit dizzy because the sensation of the water is taking him around. So it's not a completely foreign feeling. Just not used to doing it without alcohol. As your mind clears, the portion of your mind that is just Moose, his normal thoughts, begins to kind of fade away into the background a little bit. And your mother's voice comes into your head. Kind of nagging. Remembering her talking to you, directing you, telling you how to act. She's a pretty lax mother. So it's not the normal stuff like stand up straight. Like it's not do your dishes, do your homework. It's never anything like that. She let you be a spoiled brat as much as you wanted because she was kind of an absentee mother. But the different ways in which she would enlist you in her attempts to seduce men. Like a little lost child be like, oh, can you help me? And then help me find my mother. And then it's like a whole scam sort of thing. She's definitely pulled that several times. But the ways that she definitely tried to get you to do what she wanted, which is a lot of the reason why Moose became a party animal. It's because he didn't have to be near her. He didn't have to be around her. But he still always kept her head, or her voice in his head. Always nagging to get a better position, to get more out of a situation, to take advantage. And you historically heard her voice like this quite a bit, and with that 18 roll, something about the water tells you it's not normal. That's not the sound of your conscience. It's almost like a different voice comes into your head, a little bit more pure, a little bit light, not so emotionally heavy. Kind of comes in, almost whispers in your other ear. Trust yourself, Bane. And it's a voice that you've heard before. It's a sensation, a feeling that you've felt before. One of the first times was when Zarius was almost split in half. And you were trying desperately to bring him back. And there's kind of a light to the feeling, and you look kind of over on your left side, and you see a visage of your mother, kind of like a general shape outline, and it's known, it's comfortable, it's what you grew up with, it's what your life has been. You understand it. Enjoy it, maybe not so much. But it is familiar. It is the lifestyle it is the being in her company allows you to have this raucous lifestyle that you've enjoyed so far. Then you pull like over to your right, and there's something like a slightly reddish light hue, like white light with a red tinge around the sides. A little bit of a silver fleck inside of the light, and there is a kind of a very vague shaped outline. Completely unfamiliar. Except for that one time with Sarius. But it's warm and welcoming. And you feel drawn to both of them. As you're sitting there kind of like panning back and forth between them. What do you do?
I think having this moment of clarity and kind of seeing that there are two different directions almost. I think I would just kind of keep swimming forward.
Okay. And not choosing either then. Give me just a moment as I think of something else.
But also, like, yeah, digesting kind of all of that. I mean, this idea that my conscience wasn't just my conscience. It was actually my mother. It's weird to have been manipulated like that. But then this other thing on my right is just so foreign. I think, I just keep swimming forward.
Okay. And just a moment, this is of course different than what I had planned, but lines fairly well. I just need just a second to kind of catch up with it. Okay. You begin to move forward, kind of this, on your left, kind of this like black and red tinged aura, and on the right, the kind of like white and red tinged aura. And the two of them are pulling against, like they're pulling at your mind, but as you start swimming away, you start to feel them pulling against your body. And your swimming begins to slow down as they are grasping onto you. You continue to try to swim forward, and the pressure increasing and increasing. Make a strength check for me. Or this is athletics because you're swimming. 14. Okay. You swim. You're kind of caught off guard as it begins to slow you down, and you stop making progress forward. Them holding you back, you pumping your arms and keeping your wings in tight so that they don't mess with the hydration or the aqua dynamics. You feel a little bit stuck, like they're keeping you in place, like there is no moving forward without choosing one or the two of them. Go ahead and give me another strength check.
An athletics check or a strength
Yeah,
check?
that one. Yeah, athletics.
Okay.
The strength of these two things, kind of this, and you look over on your sides, there are tendrils of light kind of wrapping around you and pulling on you, pulling backwards. You start to retreat, moving backwards in the water, and that feeling, that sensation of like, that you were just having, I can choose my own path, there's something new here. Feels like it begins to slip away. It's right in front of you, something that you want, something new, something uncharted. What do you do?
Swim harder.
Swim hard. Okay. Alright, go ahead and roll another athletics check. This sensation that there is something that you get to choose for yourself instead of, besides just choosing to rebel and piss your mother off on purpose. It's tangible. There's something there that is palpable. A sensation that Moose never really expected to have before. Even on this journey was kind of it wasn't exactly a self-chosen thing. There was another pull once you connected with these people, once you understood that you had lost something. This might be the first time that Moose has decided to give into something, to do something that was fully his. And there's a desperation to hold on to that sensation. There's a new feeling here that Moose has never experienced, where it's a new flavor. It's not a fight. It's not just a party. It is a kind of a fork in the road, a character defining moment. And he begins to swim, struggling for this moment, trying to hold on to it, wanting to keep going. You swim harder, bubbles escaping from your mouth as you begin to scream against the tension of these light tendrils of different colors trying to wrap your body. Some of them begin to snap. A few of them latch onto your legs still. Not quite free, but you begin to pull forward again. Anything else you would like to do differently for your next check?
Yeah, I'll say, you can do it, Bane. And I'll cast guidance on myself.
Alright. The first time that he has ever given a real solid piece of encouragement. All right, go ahead and roll your athletics check. Add your d4.
You know how scary it is to like have you doing this and then us seeing that you're like looking at his character sheet?
Oh, you're talking about this over here?
Yes, we can see you looking at his character sheet.
Oh.
That's not scary at all.
just closely monitoring his vitals, you know.
Zoom in on his hit points as they just slowly go down.
Yeah.
How far can I push him before he drops?
Sorry.
All right. Bane, with the last bit of his breath escaping his body, surging forward, kicking his hands and legs, even using his tail, thrashing back and forth. His wings open and doing kind of like a modified version of like a breaststroke, like tucking in and then thrashing out over and over and over. And the tendrils, one by one, begin to fray. Stretch and snap and you push forward. You actually jet about 20 feet forward in the water physically. It kind of tumbling end over end. And it takes you a moment to kind of right yourself and figure out where you are. And you look over your shoulders, and there's nothing there. But you look back to where you were, and those two sources of light begin to coalesce, to condense, and form into vague and less vague shapes. One is kind of short, has horns growing off of the side of its face, kind of wicked claws. It's kind of spiky with a reddish hue to it. The other one begins to turn golden, kind of flat feet, like some sort of like a heavy trodden animal with those large, like thick pillar-like legs and enormous, like thick toenails, and a bit of a trunk with 4 wings coming off of its side. And they condense and they solidify. You see kind of a small golden elephant from what was on your right side. Kind of the visage of the invisible influencer that was on that direction, or that was on that portion. Contrasted sharply by the other one. A tiny, demonic-looking creature just smiling and cackling and laughing. And the two of them looking at each other and furrowing their brows and obviously unhappy seeing the other one present. Celesta.
Yes.
I will move over to you.
Okay.
As you enter into the water, what is on your mind?
She's a little cautious about this whole cleansing thing, because she knows that she can't break the deal without potentially facing consequences she doesn't want to. But is also morbidly curious. Which might
I
be
like to use the
something.
word morbid.
Which might be something she hasn't been able to really let loose, just because it was always her sister who was getting in trouble. And she was always
Kind of
the one
like
who had to
a-
pull her out.
Kind of like a responsibility tension that she's been carrying
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
You wade into the pool. In your case, you're a highly muscular individual. Muscles
Like,
are
Trying to
muscles are
think
dense.
a little bit.
Yeah, muscles are dense. You don't swim so much as you almost like walking on the moon, like float deeply, like gently to the bottom, and just kind of like continue walking. Each step kind of an unbalancing process as like the waves or the water begins to shift around you. And you feel it billowing back your hair, blowing through your clothes. And you see your sister. Memories of you and she playing in the Moonflower Forest. At night, watching the blossoms glow. During the day, watching the closed buds. Still occasionally shivering with a little bit of moonlight energy to them. And the other various gorgeous things. Brightly colored birds. Leaves that would change hue frequently. The smiling faces of those around you. And then you see those colors begin to fade. Like walking into a nightmare. The joy of your homeland being sucked out and left dry and empty. Physically, everything healthy, but emotionally, everything is just sapped. And those around you begin to fall to melancholy. No longer a gathering of fairies flying through the air and leaving trails of rainbow sparkles, blues and greens and yellows from individuals, all kind of mixing into a kaleidoscope of colored dust. But the dust turns gray. Some of them go and sit on a branch, lay down, and never start moving again. Still alive, just faded. See your mother and father, whose face has always kind of guided you. Following their smiles taught you about your sense of adventure. They'd take you off to different places and train you up and teach you how to use a sword. It was how you became a guard. And you look back at them now and they're just exhausted, no expression on their face whatsoever as they just lay in there against the side of their treehouse. and you look over your shoulder, and your black and blue wings begin to fade at the tip. You blink, and you're in front of Moongrave.
I'd look at her, kind of probably already searching the forest for some cause or cure to this, and ask her if she was the one who caused this, or if she could stop it.
You didn't choose it. I didn't make it. It is not my space. I can't stop it. But I can save you. And that sister of yours.
You can.
For a price.
If I cannot save my forest, then I will do everything I can to save my sister.
Do you want to know what the price is?
I think my sister's worth any price. If you guarantee that she gets out of here safe.
Then we have an accord.
She reaches out, two of her hands on the right side, overlapping one another, expecting a handshake.
And Celeste will take her hand.
You blur through a series of images and wind up, and the feeling of stress and strain and practice and effort, striving, and hoping that it's not too late consumes you. Your last vision here is on a table surrounded by instruments and concoctions and potions. Just a hag's laboratory just looming down on you. Familiar at this point, but nonetheless still terrifying. And you close your eyes, and you open again, and you're back on the bottom of the pool.
Looking at my, if I opened my eyes and looked at my body under here, does anything look or feel different?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. I've been rolling really well right now. That's an 8.
It's okay. It was a pretty low DC, anyways. You look down, and there's a peculiar thing. Your body seems flat to some degree. You turn and you look down, and your shadow begins to drift up, almost like smoke in the water. pulling away from your limbs, from beneath your feet. And begins to form in front of you. It doesn't look like you. Large wings, elongated arms. No lower body to speak of, but just a kind of a stream of darkness. Large horns and a kind of a dropping mouth. And it opens its mouth and it speaks to you.
We had a deal.
We have a deal.
I will retain my... the parameters of your benefits will become uncertain.
I understand that.
You hear Moongrave's voice fade into the background. In the shadow, opens its mouth, lets out a screech that burbles underneath the water, and lashes out towards you.
Yeah, okay, well, let me take off my armor class. Okay. Oh, what in the world? Okay.
Celesta.
Yeah? Hmm.
Moose. Oh, come on now. Oh, my boundary's lagging out for a moment.
Okay. This don't look great in our favor. I don't know.
Oh, what are you talking about? There's nothing in front of me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's go play with the fucking unicorn. No.
Let's go diving in a lake that can, like, you know, kill all of our demons and stuff.
Literally
you know?
cut to Eli and he's just.
Eli's like walking off somewhere.
Well, I've done fucked. Yeah, we both done fucked off. We're as far away as possible as we can be from this thing.
I mean, good lord.
I left the picture. There, let's you guys. There you go.
If that pops up in front of me, I swear to God.
And he's back. Hey.
Moment. Sorry, guys.
Hello.
Okay, so I'm not sure if these are still showing up, but let me put them up one more time. Celesta's shadow. Moose's elephant. Moose's little demon. And Kevis from last time. Oh, come on. Is it not going to drop? Come on. Give me the character. It doesn't want to. Behave. Okay. I don't understand what's happening here. Come on, Foundry, stop being dumb. I need to refresh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I probably dropped it like 4 times. There we go. Okay, and Kevis. Very dark. Kind of a shadow
What the fuck is
representation.
that?
So Eli might have had a point.
Look! What's that?
These appear in the waters before you. The manifestations of your curses.
Great.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Hey guys.
It looks like Odin.
Kevis, you're muted, man. I think hardware.
No, he's not muted. Can you hear us? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Oh, no,
Hello?
it's me. Okay, I gotta cycle back in.
Oh. Welcome back. Can you hear us?
So what were you guys saying?
How about now?
We were all saying what the fuck.
I was saying I'm fighting Odin.
Yeah, I don't know what this weird thing is, but that's some nightmare fuel.
Yeah. The 3 of you see these things manifest around you. And Moose, Celesta, Kevis, give me perception checks, please.
Oh, great, cause that is also an 8.
All right. So Kevis and Moose, you guys kind of like look over, and Moose, you see 2 dark figures standing in front of your friends, or bobbing in front of your friends underneath the water. Kevis, you see another shadow behind you that's fixated on Celesta. You see 2 peculiar, opposite-ended spectrum things staring at Moose. Not only can you see your curse, you can see the others as well. And just to make this guy a little bit bigger, I had fun with his eyes. Alright. And I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Okay, maybe
Us.
something I can do.
We're not a part of this, right?
No.
We're way the fuck gone.
My dice are saying no today.
Yeah, are we rolling initiative or no?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Fuck it.
You guys are ways away, but you don't. I mean, you can roll. You just don't know what's happening right now.
No.
Hey.
So I rolled, but it didn't add it.
All right. What do we got?
15.
Okay. 15.
Holy shit! I finally
Oh,
get something
ass.
higher than a 5, and I'm not even fucking here,
He's out of here.
bro. I'm so whatever.
Okay.
Maybe you can tell Ash what's going on because he seems out of it.
Yeah, Ash is like full-on babysitting mode for for Eli.
No, we're walking, dude. I have no idea what's going on. We are fucking
Oh yeah.
leaving.
Oh, Zarius.
Oh, Zarius is going. I'm gonna say I don't think Zarius has like alert or anything. So even though he's got the highest initiative, he doesn't. This is essentially like a surprise round to him because he doesn't understand what's going on.
Do have alert.
This works.
Just so we
yeah,
know.
and it's Zarius, so like the chances of him paying attention are pretty low.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
I had a initiative because it still had my sentinel shield on, so I don't know which of my 2 rolls went first there, but I had a 2 and a 20.
Okay, so It would have been a 2 for you then, right? Because without the Sentinel Shield, it's not advantage.
That's right.
Okay, cool. So Moose is down at the bottom. Ash is even more at the bottom because that was a natural.
I think his 2 would be a 5 though, with his dex.
I have a +2 initiative, so it'd be a 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay,
then
cool.
it's 4.
All right. The only question is, here we go. We'll go with some of this. This will be our music for the day. All right. So, beginning the combat, Xerius is eating glowing bugs. That is his action. Kevis, you have some sort of... You have a physical representation of that thing that you saw that night. Huge muscular arms, covered in pelts, horns growing out the back, a sickle in one hand, a staff in the other. And it just looks at you and says, "Eve."
Just tells me to leave.
No, it says thief.
Oh, thief.
Thief.
You're like, leave? Think I certainly will. Don't have to tell me twice.
I think Kevis would look at the figure after he calls him a thief. They weren't thieves. They were heroes, and he's gonna take both swings at him.
Hey, 23. Yeah, 23 will hit.
That was weird. My dice numbers both, like 2 of them lit up when I rolled.
Yeah, so I assume this guy is probably your most favored foe
Yeah.
ever. I'm not even going to question if you use it or not.
Just everything's going into it.
Okay, you slash him, and like as you do, it's almost like you cut into him, and it's almost like a shadow bleed. You slice it, and like a little bit of the shadow begins to like drift off, kind of frayed to the side, and stays there. No blood.
Okay. Take another hit. Oh.
And this time he comes up and just grabs your... Oh no, he's got a sickle in his hand. He catches it with the sickle. And just flips it away. Hagar.
I was just full focused on this individual.
Alright. Eli. What's going on with you, man?
Just walking. Like we were gonna go try to find camp, man, and we're still walking and find a camp and find a place to sit down.
Alright. Next up is Will's turn. Yeah, and Will's gonna come over. It's actually gonna come over here and climb up a tree and sit directly on top of one of these like big glowing balls. Probably this one looks nice and sturdy. Just hangs his feet over the edge. Just starts watching this in the water. Kicking his feet. Hey, Celesta, you are up.
Yeah, considering I left my equipment, on the shoreline, it's kind of just gonna disengage and take her
Okay.
movement, which is half, right?
A
Because we're
half movement
underwater.
speed if you don't have a swim speed, yeah.
So she's like, this is not what I wanted today. Took a dip in this pool.
Alright.
So she'd be right here. I'm assuming her equipment's like over here.
Yeah, right about there.
So she takes her dash. She takes disengage.
Mm-hmm.
There. She'll. Yep, she's gonna be right there. That's just where she's gonna be. And then.
Alright. Sounds good.
Is she kind of above the water now when it gets to the shallow
Yeah,
area?
she's like getting to about like midsection.
Can she like see like anybody up on the land?
Eli and Ash are gone. You see
Eli and Ash
Zarius is over there just like picking at things. And yeah, you look around and you do see Will like just kind of perched,
Lovely.
checking things out.
Could she yell to Zarius to throw her sword and shield? Like,
Yeah, you
I
totally
need
can.
my sword and shield. Throw them to me. And
He's like,
yeah,
what?
my
Oh,
sword
shit!
and shield.
Yeah, I got you.
Cool.
What is that thing?
I
All right. Next up is going to be the elephant. And I apologize, guys. This is the new thing that I wasn't expecting, based on what Moose did. So it's taking me a second to read real quick. Okay. This thing is going to, the elephant is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. And is going to, that's going to move 30. Where's this thing's movement speed? There we go. Dodging around, and it's going to go above the surface compared to where the shadow is. Not going to provoke an attack of opportunity. It's going to like, and it's going to like launch out a 30-foot cone. Oh, I'm too far away. It's going to do this way. Moose. What is your general alignment?
It is chaotic neutral.
It's going to come over here, and it's going to blast out at this demon. And the demon's looking at you.
Moose, let's have more fun. There's more chaos to create.
And this little golden elephant comes around and is like,
It doesn't have to listen to you.
and he's going to cause this thing to do a Constitution saving throw. Ooh, he's going to succeed. As just like a burst of bubbles like shoot out inside of the water here, and it's gonna do. That's gonna do a bad. That's gonna be 15 points of damage, but he saved, so it's gonna be reduced down to 7. Moose, you see these bubbles flying towards you, and you kind of like brace yourself, and they just pass over. You're kind of tickling the sides of your body. No effect. All right, that'll be its turn, and the little demon is gonna turn around like,
No good, goody two-shoes.
he's gonna look over at Bane. He's gonna swim forward 5, 10, 15 feet, get right in your face, and actually that's not true. He's gonna stay this far away. He's kind of got like a chain like wrapped around his side. He starts flinging it around in the water and slashes at you. He's gonna do 2 attacks against you. So here's the first one. And this one has a long range. Oh, jeez. Okay, natural
Good start.
1. Good start. He goes and like he starts flipping his chain around, and like goes for like an underhand like a flip, and he gets caught on a log that's in the water. He's gonna use his action to pull it free, or his like kind of a second attack to pull it free, and that's it. That's what I get for rolling a natural 1. Okay. This is
Moose. We've had so much fun together so far. Parties, the shenanigans. More. There's always more.
and then next up is the person in front of Kevis. Looks at you and says, "You will give it back." You see it kind of like hunch over, and it begins to shift. No longer human. Large, thick hairs begin to sprout out of its back. You see a little bit of electricity running across them. You see its jaw extend into a snout with its under teeth, and its canines begin to expand. Its forehead getting blockier, and it goes down on all fours in the water here. Feet and hands become hooves. Its back arches until you are faced with an enormous wild boar crackling with electricity.
Love that.
And let me make sure that I'm doing this properly.
Oh shit.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry, just a moment. I did that incorrectly. There we go.
Okay. Oh, what's
Interesting.
that?
Sorry. 1 second.
Wild.
Yeah, it might be a good idea to get the fuck out of the water.
Yeah.
Boundary is doing something that I didn't want it to do. There we go. That's better. Okay, it looks at you. This enormous beast with glowing blue tusks and eyes crackling. and it charges at you. Coming by, and one, it runs by you and like kind of paws at you with one of its hooves as it like rips forward. The first one, going to be its tusks, and
Okay.
a 27 to hit.
Yeah,
A little bit,
just a tad.
just a tad. All right. Damage is coming through.
What the fuck?
Oh my gosh!
20 points of lightning damage. That's it.
Okay.
Excuse me. That's 7 points of slashing damage and. Nope. Excuse me. 12 points of slashing damage and 8 points of lightning damage. Okay. Second attack.
Of course there's two! We just see a bunch of blood in the water.
Yeah.
Like there was like fish in the water or something.
Yeah. Second attack coming in for a 21 to hit.
I hope you guys didn't like your characters.
Yeah.
Okay, that is
Oh.
that is another 20. Wow, I think that is the exact same roll on
It
both
is.
of them.
It is.
It
It's the
is!
exact same damage roll both times. Holy shit.
That's wild.
Yep,
Yeah.
this time it comes through and it's not lightning damage. There's a concussion inside of the water. Kevis, you brace yourself, like trying to cross your swords. You feel it hit your chest and push back out. And you feel the pain sink into your body. Roll a... Just roll a d20, please.
Oh!
I think you used the wrong finger.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
Yes.
said this pond would be fine. Fucking unicorn.
I don't. Who the fuck said it was gonna be fun? Well, I was like,
No, fine. The unicorn told us
Oh
to be
yeah,
fine.
no. I'm inclined to believe after this that
Everyone
Eli
should
is
be.
right.
everyone should be afraid of unicorns. It's just. It's a rational fear.
Hmm.
Love you, Q.
Okay, it hits you with its hoof, like kind of coming up and scraping across your body. Like as you're reeling back, it oof, hits you and you hit the bottom of the lake just with silts pooling up around you. And Kevis is unconscious.
Great.
All right. Next up is the shadow. It's going to dash forward, using its movement speed, and is going to. Let's actually see here.
My AC doesn't look super great right now. So
Yeah, as you're coming out, you see several shadowy tendrils just kind of come out and grab you. It's going to make a grapple check on you.
cool.
And that'll be
Do I need a
23.
roll opposing or?
No. The
Okay,
grapple
yeah.
the grapple check is just does it beat your armor
Okay.
class. The breakout is when there's an opposed check.
That will hit.
Okay, cool. So you are grappled, and your speed is 0, and you feel it start to pull you back down into the
Oh
water.
no! Like digs
Hey,
her heels in.
Moose, what are you up to? Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna go off camera for a sec.
Okay.
I'm gonna fly straight up out of the water here. I think I'm 5 foot down, so I would move 10 feet to get up and then have 20 feet of movement into the air. I'd probably move 15 feet into the air.
Full on display, right?
Oh my
What's
gosh!
that?
Right? Did you go in like
Oh, yeah.
buck naked? Oh,
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good.
I'd
good.
come shooting out of the water, my body glistening in the water.
like a Greek god.
Uh, spread my wings out wide, maybe my legs also, just to air out a little bit.
Oh my gosh! And like you come out, Kevis is nowhere.
Gotta lower
sight.
their AC. Like,
Oh my god.
I mean, who dare hit a bod like that?
Guess who's surprised now, motherfucker? No.
Yeah, that absolutely increases his vulnerability.
The fact that
Alright.
he has full armor.
Yep, and
I
let me
would-
give everybody a little bit of depth information going on here. Oh, geez, come on. So Moose is 15 feet up. His things he's fighting are 10 feet down. Kevis is 20 feet down at this point.
Oh no!
Actual depth information. Okay, got it. I didn't understand what you meant. Literal depth information.
He's giving us the
Literal
deets
depth.
on how dead we are.
Yes, Kevis is negative 20 dead.
I don't know what's worse, negative 20 dead or plus 15 dead. I don't know what.
I think he's just plus 15 living at the moment.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, think of it like material plane. You got like the good stuff up there and the real bad stuff down there, and
You're talking about the material plane with the unicorn. Okay, you're good.
Okay,
I
Moose,
need-
are you using a dash then?
I am. I'm going to use a dash to move over the group here a little bit so I can kind of see what's going on. And I see this giant boar and Kevis floating in the water there.
he's sunken.
Yeah, I'm
to
not
the bottom.
floating.
Yeah, he's sunk. He's
He's
like
he's not
incorporated
actively
into the-
swimming. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not like
Like
participating in
He's
what
not
would be swimming.
participating. Can you blame
He's no longer participating in life.
Just time out, guys.
So I would bonus action heal and wake him up under there.
Oh, I'm gonna put the dice away now.
Okay, so Kevis, you get 6 points of healing, regaining consciousness, coming back and kind of gasping for air and surprisingly finding it underwater. This,
Surprise!
roll a nature check for me.
Oh. Okay, so question with that. Do I benefit from my explorer thing with this? Because it's
Yes, you do.
in nature.
Yeah.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh!
Rough time. I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Breathing underwater is weird without a spell. Okay, Moose, anything else on your turn?
As much as I can do.
All right, next up, Ash. Give me a perception check. Or rather, what is your passive perception?
passive is 12.
One last thing, I would turn to the unicorn and say, "Are you going to do anything?"
And it looks at all of you, or it looks at what's going on. It's like, Rather than that, Moose, roll a persuasion check.
You're not on camera, so we can't see your unicorn faces if you made one.
He's on. I see him on camera.
Oh, I don't.
Oh,
I
that's
do
Who's
also.
not on camera for you?
Oh,
You're
never
up.
mind. That was weird.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay, that's good.
He's like,
That's
I
good timing,
guess
man."
I'll help.
The unicorn looks at you. This is not normal. The
A lightning
curse
bore underwater is not normal.
What gave you that idea? You know, we've just.
I feel like Kevis wakes up to hear that.
Yeah.
the curses you all bear are deeply tied. And sure, Moose bought you a unicorn ally.
Yay!
Okay.
Eli's so mad.
No, now I'm mad, yeah. I don't know what's happening, but I'm mad.
Do.
This will be fun, though.
Yep. I wasn't expecting to use a unicorn, so
Should always expect to use a unicorn, to be honest.
If
That
you give
is
us
also
allies,
fair.
if you give us allies, expect us to try to convince them to help us.
yep. All right, it's gonna come over here and it's gonna swim down. So it's gonna move 10 feet. It's gonna use the remainder of its movement to swim down, so it'll be 15 feet away. Down next to Kevis. It's gonna reach down and touch Kevis with its horn. And it is going to cast.
Does it touch Kevis's horn with its horn?
They
To come down and touch him like right in the heart, like right where he was like slashed. And this is gonna say damage, but this is wow, that is minimum healing for 4 points.
So just want to get this straight. Kevis gets healed by Moose. Moose sees a bright unicorn swimming down to him and touches him. Still probably prone, I would imagine.
Yep.
Is he dead or is he not? I feel like he's like,
That's
I'm-
a
must
great
be-
esoteric question for Kevis right now. Am I dying? Am I
Right.
alive?
Am I dead?
like I see a floating or a flying individual. Could be an angel. Now shiny unicorn coming down. Last thing I knew, Eli said they're evil.
They are.
You definitely see like Moose's form in the sky, like kind of shining with the water. He's naked like a cherub. So yeah, this is all very strange for Kevis at the moment.
Just am I dead? Am I just what is happening?
Right, that'll be its turn, which was super lame.
Blah, 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 is what we hear. Yeah.
All right, Ash. How
12
far
is my
away are you
passive.
guys? I think you guys have only been gone for like 2 or 3 turns, right?
I mean, I don't know how long it took. We fucked off before they even got in the water.
Yeah.
I think you guys were leaving as they were getting in the water.
We
No,
before any of that happens, I was gone. We were like the
Oh.
unicorn had shown up, and I argued with the unicorn and took my horn off and left, and then the unicorn convinced them
And
to get in
then,
the water.
yeah.
Yeah, because Kevis
Same.
told Ash to go with him, and then there's a little bit
Yeah.
more conversations, and then the three of us started. Well, Moose led the charge down to the lake.
I don't
Yeah.
know how long the
Cannonball.
water's taken, but
Yeah.
we're talking 5-6 rounds.
It was it was a
However-
decent.
Okay. So this is just your walking speed, and not like your running speed. Not talking your dash speed either. So it's like 5 rounds of whatever half your walking speed is. That's how far away you guys are.
So, like 80 to 100 feet.
Yeah, what's your walking speed at now?
It would be 15 feet.
Okay, so 15 feet, so brain does math. Yeah, that's 75 feet away.
Yeah.
And then same for Ash, probably.
Is Eli's walking
Okay, so
so now?
Ash, that's not too far away. You probably heard Celesta yell out, grab my sword and shield.
That's what she yelled out to Zarius.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like, Darius! And he's like, oh yeah, I am. Like, the sword and shield!
Zarius
Okay.
isn't quiet.
But you didn't do anything on your turn, right, Eli?
I continued to walk forward.
Oh, okay, so that would be another.
I was before Celeste had yelled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, that
Okay.
puts you at 90 feet then, Eli.
Yeah.
With another 15 feet for your turn. Okay, so Ash, kind of like you kind of hear this as Eli continues to walk forward.
All right. Eli, did you hear that?
Hear what?
I love it.
It sounded like Celeste yelled out something.
Probably so. She screams a lot. She's very angry.
Well, it didn't sound like a scream. I think we should go check it back out.
Why?
I'm gonna start heading back that way, but not like running. So I will. For this round, I'm just gonna walk back towards 15 feet back toward the party.
Okay, I'm gonna bring the two of you over here, and I'll just use the height marker to indicate where you're at. So that's 15 feet closer. Oh, excuse me, I went in the wrong direction. Okay, so you're about 60 feet away from the edge of the map.
Okay. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm just walking back this way, not in a particular hurry, but like trying to also keep my eye on Eli because he's continuing to walk.
Yeah, give me a perception check as you're kind of walking around there. Okay, 17. Yeah, you actually you hear the sound of the beginnings of battle. You hear very definitively. You hear something from you hear that large trumpet blast that the elephant launched out inside of the water. You hear a thunderous boom from when the you hear like a depth charge kind of sound as well. Those sorts of things shouldn't happen based on what you knew of the situation.
Yeah.
There was.
All right, Eli, I'm pretty sure they're fighting, and next round I'll be sprinting.
There's an alternative version of the conversation that I'm imagining where Eli's like, yeah, of course they're screaming. They're with a fucking unicorn.
Essentially.
That's not an alternative version. That's
It's,
this
it's
version.
about what was about to happen if you actually continue the conversation with me. Is like, I think that they're in trouble. I'm like, no shit, they're in trouble. They're fucking with unicorns. Like, literally where I was about to go.
Yeah, I don't think that's an alternative version.
Yep.
That's the
Okay.
main branch.
Next up is Zarius, who would like to pilot him today.
No.
I about died my first turn, so
So. I mean, I've been kind of piloting him before, so I could pilot him now.
Well, the good news is you don't have to make wisdom saves this fight. I don't think.
Yeah!
you don't
Good,
think.
Yay! So, hearing Celeste say, yeah, grab my sword and shield, and looking out and potentially seeing, oh,
You did say throw me my sword and shield.
yeah,
watched that.
yeah.
You did say throw them.
He
so-
like flies over, gets them, and like flies some more and drops them.
Okay. How much is that? That's
30. That's
yeah.
He,
He's got the speed for that.
Could I try to catch them? Did I use my reaction to catch something?
How would this work? Because you are currently grappled. You're like reaching forward as like it's pulling you back. So I imagine like you could like fly down and like put them in your hands.
Oh yes,
that
that
would
would be
be-
awesome.
That'll be his turn. So you don't have your armor, but you do have your sword and shield.
That will help me a little bit. I will take that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and he'll
Okay.
just like end like flying 5 feet above me, having put whatever sword and shield in my hand.
All
Cool.
right. Yep. That'll be his action. Yeah, that'll be it then. Kevis, you are up.
Okay. So half my movement to stand up, correct?
Yep.
So that'd be 15 if I have 35.
Yeah. And then, excuse me, you are half speed because you're underwater.
And it's 20 feet up to the surface.
Yep.
Well, I'm dumb and didn't scroll down on my character sheet and realize. So I'm gonna disengage. I'm gonna stand up, disengage. Just fuck this boar. And swim up 15.
You don't have that much
Wait,
movement.
no,
speed.
I'm dumb. I only have half as
You
that.
could,
I think you've got.
you could go
Yeah.
7 feet or 5 feet, technically, is what it is.
Yeah.
Up.
Only about 5 feet of movement at the moment.
Cool. I'm gonna back up 5 feet, turn and look where the shore was, and I'm stupid and I'm misty stepping forward.
Okay. You would know this. If you misty step, you can misty step out of prone position.
And you won't get an opportunity attack for Misty Stepping as well. Like,
Yeah.
So I don't have to disengage.
no, you don't have to do any of that.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
have
do
to
that.
move, you don't have to do nothing.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that. And then whatever movement I have left, I'm dashing. Just,
Well, you have all of your movement.
well, halved in water.
It
No,
depends on
you
where.
do. I mean, if you Misty Step,
Yeah.
you have all of your movement. If you're Misty Stepping out of the water, you have all of your movement. It doesn't take your
Can
movement.
I?
It's a spell slot to teleport you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna misty step up to the sledge then.
You are 20 feet down, so you could misty step like onto like halfway down the cliff, but not on top.
Kevis and cliffs.
What could go wrong?
In places where he could fall.
How about I just misty
In the
step
water.
where I entered?
Yeah. How many times have I almost killed Kevis in the water?
A lot.
Let me count the waves,
I think this is 4. I think this is number 4.
1,
basically.
Pop.
Yeah.
Just,
Two.
just. I don't trust the ledge.
Kind of depends if you like count the cube. But I don't think he almost died. I think that was
The
Zarius.
cube? No, I didn't touch me
That
in
was-
the cube.
Yeah, that was Zarius and Moose.
No,
yeah.
but the Snake Man did. Very
Yeah,
much
that's
so.
right.
Oh yeah, the
That's
snake
for
man.
sure.
Oh yeah, he went down.
Kevis is gonna have aquaphobia by the end of this campaign.
Yeah.
If he doesn't already. Okay, so you misty step. And you're like just about above like your head is just about to break the water.
There we go. So I have my full movement. I'm just basically I want to get here. I can overlook out of the
Yeah.
water.
That's
Ooh,
enough to do.
so nice
so
of you to
use
join
your
us.
Bonus action and misty step, or bonus action and dash, or no, that's bonus action and movement. So getting from here, yeah. So you still got 10 feet of movement. No, you've got 5 feet of movement left because you were still in the water, which is like difficult terrain for one
Right.
spot.
Yeah.
And now you still have your action.
And I just switch to my bow and have it ready.
Yes, you can. You can drop your swords if you want, but if you want to stow your swords and grab your bow, that will take your action.
Do I see Celeste grappled?
Yep.
Yeah. Stow my swords, pull out the bow, and aim at that, but I can't fire.
All right, sounds good. Next up, Eli. Ash starts going back and says, "They're fighting."
You know that's a bad idea, right?
They're screaming, man. I don't know. Why is it a bad idea? They're clearly fighting, man. They need your help. They need their leader. I'm just gonna go to this every time.
They need their leader.
This is everything that could have gone wrong, and he's gonna have a little. Well, you can tell like internal torment, and he's gonna reach into his pocket and pull out a fucking coin, and I'm gonna flip the coin.
What was that result?
I'm just picturing Eli looking both ways.
He's like, I
Eli,
could run, or I could go back.
Eli turns around and continues walking into the forest.
All right.
So I'm gonna use 15 more feet.
Okay. Point of inspiration for not doing what is mechanically or like game-wise sound, but in alignment with this character. Okay, Will is up next. And Will's gonna be like, wow, this went south real fast. I'm coming, guys.
Please.
He is
Completely
going
ignored
to. Okay. He's gonna be from up top. He's gonna stand up on the branch with this like blue glowing ball beneath him. He's gonna go, all right, I think you need a timeout. And he's gonna like move his hands and go, and some straight like darkness is gonna flow out of his hands. And he is going to cast the darkness spell right on top of the board. Black. Which does get the unicorn also. Yeah, he's gonna put it right there. And then he's gonna jump down with his movement speed. It kind of lands. He's gonna grab his. What's it? So that's his action to do that. He's gonna jump down. That's 5, 10, 15, and then he's going to. Come on. But didn't want to do the thing. Okay. Anyways, Will jumps into the water, just and starts swimming towards Celeste. That'll be his turn.
Hey, can I try to break out of this grapple?
Yes, you can. This will be a contested strength, a contested athletics or acrobatics check.
I will pick athletics and hope that my dice don't hate me.
All right, this is okay. Yep, you're able to break free of this thing, and get out. That is your action.
Cool. And then I'm going to action search.
Okay.
And I will whack him with my sword.
Nice. Okay, so you break free, grab your sword from Xarius, turn around, slice. Go ahead and deal that damage.
And it's one-handed because I have my shield in my other hand, so 11.
Of course it is. As per usual, your one-handed damage does way better than your two-handed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you. All right, so you come down and slash it. That is a magical sword, is it not?
It is.
Okay. Yep. You slash it, and there's a cut, and inside it just turns to like pure black. No light whatsoever comes through. and it takes some damage. So you kind of like.
And I think she says to this thing, every action, every word I have ever done here has been solely loyal to her. Don't you twist my words against me.
Except for this.
All right. Next up is the elephant. It's gonna fly up 30 feet. And it's going to look at Moose and say, I'm gonna say, enough of this! You must come with us. You must come and join the fight against the darkness. There was so much to be saved. There was so much to do. And it's going to take its turn just to communicate with you.
Where do I have to go?
It's going to say, where do you think, silly? To your father.
Well, he's dead.
Not that father. Oh, by the way, this is all in Moose's head.
Okay, I was just about to ask.
Nobody can hear this except for Moose.
So Moose is still talking out loud, though.
Yeah. Okay. Next up is the little demon. It can't fly, so it's gonna swim up to the surface and Moose, you're not facing him, but all of a sudden you hear loudly around you. Little Bane, come with me. I need you to do something for me. Your mother's voice in perfect clarity around you.
Yeah, I don't want to go.
There will be lots of fun things, pretty girls. Money. Fun things to break and smash and eat. All the things you like to do.
You had me at pretty girls. Sorry.
There's like a big fight going on right now.
Why is that your problem?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, that's its turn. And do you, when you hear your mother's voice, do you look around or anything?
Yeah, I probably would. I mean, I'm kind of expecting it to be coming from this little demon thing, since it seems to be kind of a manifestation of what was taking place underwater there.
Yeah, and you see its nasty little gnarly face, and it's mimicking your mother perfectly.
I guess body modifications are what weird me out the most. Like, who installed those rings?
Right? Who took the time to pierce the demon?
It didn't
Dude.
pierce itself.
It's like that. It looks like it's like that ghost dance kind of thing where they like string him up, from his back.
Dude, I've seen those before. Moving on before I vomit. Okay. Next up is the boar. It is. I'm gonna roll for this to see where it tries to find the direction that Kevis went. I'm gonna just do a perception check on this. It's in perfect darkness, but it saw Kevis move before the darkness spell was cast.
Even though I didn't go in a straight line.
So it's going to just move forward in the direction that it saw you. So it's gonna wind up over here, and then it's going to pop out right there. And
Oh, lovely.
let's
Does the
see.
unicorn get an attack of opportunity?
Can you
That it
stab
does.
the
Thank
horn?
God.
Yep.
We have fought some fucked up shit, but this thing is terrifying to me.
No, did you see those damage rolls?
No, I felt them.
Oh, of course.
Okay. The unicorn does get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, stab him.
Oh, this is a disadvantage because it's in darkness.
Does the boar have any type of magical dark vision, or what is it called? The Eldritch Invocation,
Like, does it have
Oh,
like true vision or?
travel
Yeah.
sight, or anything like that?
It does not have devil sight or true sight or nothing like that. So like it does have dark
also-
vision, but
It also doesn't see the attack coming, so it would be a disadvantage. Like, it would be an advantage because the target doesn't see it coming, but it's also a disadvantage because he can't see it.
A straight roll.
okay, I see what you're saying.
It's a straight. This is how it's usually done. for
Okay, yep,
darkness.
that's a good call. I haven't thought of that as far as darkness goes. Okay, so that first one applies. That is a 16. That will hit. Anybody see the way that dice moved?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it was like it like rolled and then it like
Wow.
went the exact opposite way.
It's like a psych.
Okay, that is 11 points of damage as it runs by. Pretty decent roll there. Oops, ignore that. That was an accident. It pops out and charges by. Its body is large enough that it shoves Will into the wall.
Will just bastard to the wall.
Yeah, just like. Ugh! Will's actually going to take a little bit of bludgeoning damage from that. I'm ashamed I have not grabbed my dice yet. That'll be 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Will.
Come on now. And he's gonna look. He's gonna look around, and with that natural 20 for a 28, that still applies for like he comes out of like the water and just looks around and looks up at Kevis. What's his movement speed versus how much has he gone? Yeah, no, that's it. He's gonna actually he's gonna drop down a little bit.
Like underwater.
And he, just shift his body, shift his frame down a little bit. And
Fucking
wait,
Christ.
why did that?
What in the world?
Yep, it's going to use its lightning bolt ability.
Lightning bolt.
I don't know what strange demons Kevis got, but like
Lightning boars.
they are messing people up.
We are level 4, Morgan.
I'm aware. That's why I gave you allies.
Of course.
Like
Did have to convince the unicorn.
Yeah, I gave it to you for free. I didn't cost you your action or anything.
A free unicorn.
True.
Here you go.
Yeah, it comes out and and you see it charge and crackle between the four horns, and it like opens up its mouth and like and blasts up the cliff, hitting Will and lancing out and climbing upwards and flying into the sky. A massive lightning bolt. I need Kevis and Will to both roll dexterity saving throws. This is not Will's strong suit.
It is mine, and I still rolled like shit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Kevis, roll a 20 for me.
No shot. No fucking shot.
Oh god.
Wow!
You know what? I feel like this
I-
whole scene here is our dice being purged right now, and they are extremely resistant to being purged. Like,
Taking a
we're
while to
some
get the curse
exorcism
off the
stuff.
dice.
Did Q just melt into underneath his chair?
No, he left out the room. He fucking
He
left.
just ran away.
All right, I'm
To
ready.
be fair, I think last session we had really good die and Morgan had shit die. So
Yeah,
That
this
is
is
correct.
this is my turn. You know, this is 3 of your crucibles all at the same time, and I get to kill you all. Except I roll like utter shit on my damage. That is 12 points of damage. Will saves, so he takes half. Kevis natural 1, so he takes double.
Down.
Yep. Okay, Kevis back to being unconscious. Oops,
Oh
I just
my.
hit his token.
poof.
Kevis just like there's even like a little bit of spark between your two horns, like as your body falls backwards, once again prone, as your pursuer continues to punch you down.
Kevis, how much health were you at, and what's your max health out of curiosity?
40 max health.
Okay.
Um,
All right, that's all I needed to know. I was curious if you're still in the 30s. Okay.
Did we
Yeah.
not long rest after the doll
Oh.
fight?
no.
Nope. We didn't get a chance to because you guys wanted to go play with the fucking unicorn. Sorry. Still mad about that.
Now the real question is Mike mad or is Eli mad? Or
Oh, Eli's pissed. No, this is all Eli. I'm sorry.
You're just being a method actor.
Yeah, I get it. But I'm sorry. I don't really
Okay,
care. I would want to play with the unicorn too, to be fair.
All right. Okay. Do. Alrighty then.
Have to go
Sorry,
roll
just
actual
messing with
dice.
Just messing with a thing real quick. Okay. The shadow, as you cut it, it like reaches into its own wound, pulls out like pure darkness and like crushes it between its fingers. Kind of like if you like crushed like putty or something, it just kind of like oozes out of your like between your fingers. It does that and like flicks it, and it becomes like this like just several different tendrils, and it like puts it up above itself, and the tendrils lash out. Everything within 30 feet needs to make a dexterity saving throw, which is everything.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
I fail.
Yep, even considering like height difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be literally everybody make a dexterity check.
Save or check?
Save, thank you.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Proficiency wise, it does.
That's really bad. Yeah, my dice are so resistant to they don't want to.
Also, that's a lie. That is the DC is not 16. It is 14.
I still fail it.
Modifying that. Okay. Anybody? Okay. So what everybody gets?
Oh, I need to do Zarius.
Roll Zarius, yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Oh.
Zarius. I'll roll for Will.
Oh my gosh. Guys, I think I just am not good at saving throws at the moment.
I'm not good at staying conscious.
Anyone want to take him over?
Okay. Will is gonna fail. The boar
Yeah, you take some fucking damage.
is gonna fail.
Oh.
Been real, guys. We're a
It's
fun
been
party.
nice meeting y'all.
Ooh, the elephant's gonna get a natural 20.
Oh,
The most dexterous.
Next week, we find Eli and Ash forming a raid party for a unicorn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm even gonna give the unicorn disadvantage because it's in darkness. It doesn't see these things coming. Okay, so Will failed, the boar failed, the elephant got a natural 20, the demon got a pretty high, so it saves, and then the unicorn fails.
is
So-
Moose within range?
I mean, 15 feet.
It would be, yeah, because it's a 30-foot sphere. So yeah, the hypotenuse between this thing and Moose would be less than 30 feet.
Also, question.
I don't know exactly what it would be, but it's less than that.
Is that 2 failures on my part then?
That is 2 death save failures, yes. Okay, did I do damage on this thing yet?
I don't have any
don't
spell
think so. Okay,
slots
so
to
here's the
save you.
damage roll.
I don't think anybody does.
I don't have anything.
Okay, let's see if this works. Because this ability is like I added it in here.
What the?
Fuck?
That's way less. Nope. Okay, so ignore that.
68 minus 3d8. How the fuck?
I'm down. I'd be down.
No. So I borrowed this from another creature, but I wanted to do like a reduced threat version, and I just didn't modify the numbers properly. So let me try that again.
Please reduce said threat.
Drastically.
Ouch! Son of a bitch!
Nice
I cannot-
reduction. I like it.
Reduced.
I appreciate. Reduced it has been.
Son of a. Okay, so everybody that failed got less than a 14. You take 4 points of necrotic damage. Everybody who failed takes 4. If you got, obviously 2. If not, if you succeeded, Kevis, you still take 2 death saving throws. The elephant gets hit for 1. And this is necrotic damage, by the way, if that matters to anybody.
I wish it did. It doesn't.
Jeez, come on. And okay. Do. Okay. That is the Shadow's turn. Then Moose, you are up. Thank you for dealing with like a little bit of extra like overhead as like we have this like 4-5 way battle going.
I would look over at the flying elephant and the little swimming demon and say, "This doesn't have to be about good or bad. We can just have fun." And
I thought that's what
But it's
fun
not-
was.
it's not what. No, I mean sometimes, But sometimes good can be fun. I mean, it's usually not, but sometimes it can be fun.
The demon literally vomits in the water. Gross.
I am going to.
And the elephant responds with, "But doing good always feels good."
Sometimes doing bad feels good too, but just, yeah, just hold right there.
Nice.
I'm gonna fly right over here. I'm gonna have to dash to get this far. I assume because I'm 15 feet up in the air, but this is like a 15-foot up cliff or something that I just can fly kind of straight over to it.
Yeah, you're perfectly fine on that front.
And then I think I still have 5 feet of movement. No, I've got more than that if I'm. I've got.
If you stop like here, you that's just your full movement and you're good.
I think I want to still dash. Can I free action grab Kevis?
That can be just an interaction. Yeah, just like to reach down and grab his tunic or something.
Yeah, and then I want to move back as far as I could with it.
Okay, at that point it'll be half speed because you're dragging body.
So yeah, just
Body.
yeah, I'll drag his body back 10 feet from the cliff.
Okay. Sounds good. Anything else for you, Moose?
Stay with me, Kevis.
Okay. Next up is the unicorn's turn.
Fuck, man.
Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah, the unicorn is going to use its movement speed to get out of the water here, or it's just going to move forward until it's out of the darkness, and then it's going to. So that was 20 feet, and that's going to come over here. It's going to come over here to assist Celeste, and sees this guy as less of a threat. But this guy is going to take an attack of opportunity against this unicorn. It's just laughing its ass off. And just like flips around with its flaming chain. And that's probably not good enough. Yes, it is! Unicorns of a very low armor class. News to everybody. So that is going to do 14 points of slashing and fire damage mixed. As like it swings around, and every time its flaming chain hits the water, there's a little bit of a steam hiss and some like bubbles come up. And the unicorn takes like a large gash, like running down its right flank. It's going to come over here, and it's going to... and it's going to do a horn attack here. Oh, but that is a 9 to hit.
Damn.
That's not going to do it for the shadow. And it thinks it's going to like ram into it, and then the shadow just kind of just like ethereally like changes its shape, and the horn like misses. It rears up and it goes down for a hoof attack. As well. So let me switch up the hooves. The attack there. And that is a 19 to hit. That will do it. And that is 11 points of bludgeoning damage. And since it's from a a magical creature like this, it still hits it just fine. Okay, that'll be its turn. And next up is Ash.
I'm gonna look back and I see Eli just walking away. Is that what he's doing?
Oh yeah, and like
That's
as you're like looking over here, the sounds of battle are absolutely still going on. You see, like, you look over and it's like you see like a streak of like bluish teal electric energy flash through the skies.
All right.
It kind of like lights up the forest for a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna start sprinting, and as I sprint, I'm just gonna yell, Eli, we could use your help! As I'm sprinting away, like full Forrest Gump dash.
All right, sounds good. Your full movement speed, that'll get you to 0. You are at the edge of the map here.
Okay. So like right where I am, or am I like 1 up?
Yeah, right where you are.
Okay. Just take the scene in. So I just
Kevis is on the ground as per usual. There's a giant lightning bolt. There's a unicorn. There's a little demon that's laughing its ass off. There's a golden flying elephant. There's a shadow that's like trying to like grasp onto Celeste.
all right, and the boar is on the surface and big as shit. Like
Big
it's
as
much
shit.
bigger than the other ones, so I probably see it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll well, I can't do anything actually. I use my action to dash, so I think that's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, over to Zarius. AKA Lily. Oh, AKA it's 12:30. Let's go ahead and take a break.
Okay, because my
we'll come
brain
back.
is like, I'm like, we're fucked, we're fucked, we're fucked, we're fucked. I'm like, what am I gonna do? What am I
Okay, so Zarius' turn.
Yeah, okay, Zarius is like, oh. Okay. Doesn't fly that way. Flies up and over. He can attack both of these guys, right? On his turn?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, so he's gonna attack this one first.
That'll be an
which is-
advantage.
With a spear. Advantage.
Yeah, dirty 20 will hit this thing. Go ahead and deal that damage.
Deal that damage.
Ooh, max damage. Nice.
Alright, then he's gonna turn over here. Talon this guy, which is an unarmed strike, right?
Yep, unarmed strike. You can spend a key point to do 2 unarmed strikes if you feel like.
Is he in flanking or just,
Yeah, because of the size of this thing, yeah, he's still got flanking
Okay.
with Will.
even though poor Will is like crushed up against the side of this. So,
22 will hit.
thank goodness he had flanking, because
Right?
who would
Yeah,
not have done
absolutely.
it? Alright, so
That is 9 points of slashing damage.
and then because he can, and let me see. So he flew 15 feet over, and now he's just gonna fly 20 feet up?
Okay.
Yeah, like to 20 feet, not like 20 more feet, but to 20 feet up. So
Okay.
50 feet up, I guess.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because is the boar 10 feet under?
It's big enough. Well, it's right now. Like the depth of the water is only about 7.5 feet, but it's big enough that it's both submerged and exposed simultaneously.
Okay,
Yeah. So how far up do you want to go?
just to 20 feet.
Okay, 20 feet up. Gotcha. All right.
That's where he ends his turn.
Hey, Kevis. Please roll a death saving throw.
You're
I'm
muted.
going to roll a physical dice because these dice have been fucking me.
I don't know. You might.
Warm the dice up first if you haven't already.
I have. It's been doing it the whole time. That's a 14.
That is one success.
Oh my gosh. Stressed.
Evis, you have been pounded and pounded and pounded on by several different things. The only thing that keeps you tethered is pure loathing. Absolute hatred that you have bared in your soul for such a long time. And now it's in front of you. Something you can actually touch and affect and do something to. There's no way you're going down without fucking this thing up first. Okay. Eli. There is a split in the dark of night as a lightning bolt launches out from the pond.
Outside of the game, I want you guys to know this is like the hardest thing as a player to do. Like, this is so stupid. Yeah, Eli will see that, and he'll have a tear run down his face, and he's gonna dash and keep running in the other direction.
Oh.
So dash, that's 60 feet away.
60 feet.
All right. Will is up next. And Zarius and Celesta, you guys see over at Will, and he's like crushed. One of his arms looks like a little bit crooked after getting slammed into the wall. Comes back and kind of like, and you see his bones like reset. Starts moving around with a little bit of better ability. And roll a wisdom save on him. Okay, that tells me what I'm doing. From where he's at, we see Will kind of like drop his stance a little bit and flick out his hands in some like nasty looking claws with kind of a blue tinged fingertip and black fingernail. Now, get off me, you damn pig! He's gonna go for 2 claw attacks. And he is flanking with Zarius, so these will be at advantage. Okay, that one will hit. Sorry guys, give me a sec. Sorry, I'm gonna re-roll that. Except Foundry's being a butt. Okay, there we go. Let's do this. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's what it was like last time anyways. Cool, so that'll be a 23 to hit. That'll be 7 points of slashing damage. As it carves into this boar's side. Then it's going to go... Will's going to do the same thing again. Ooh, for a natural 20.
Woo!
Oops. I'm just going to double that one because I clicked the wrong thing. So that'll be 12 plus 4, so that'll be 16 points of slashing damage onto this thing. Just carving into it. He kind of like comes back down, and his arms are like up to the elbows, or just like dripping in gore. That like kind of bluish, blackish blood that's like kind of like electrifying around him. Get off!
I don't know why I spoke through Zarius, but okay.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, this.
Little Oak is asleep.
Okay. That's true.
Little Oak was passed out as hell.
Okay. I don't remember catching Nast.
All right, Celesta, your move.
Well, can I? Can I grapple this thing?
You can. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Roll. Okay, where are my actions?
Roll your grapple check, which is going to be basically like your strength check. It's an unarmed strike.
Just an unarmed attack is what I did.
Yep, perfect. Okay. Yeah, that beats its armor class. You can grapple it.
All right, and so she grabs this demon, looks at this unicorn. It's like, you said this wasn't supposed to happen, so go save him. And she's gonna drag this demon right to there with her.
Okay. Sure. So, yeah, your check was high enough. You're just gonna put it right there.
Yeah. So hoping that this unicorn can go around and get to Kevis without having to potentially get swiped by this thing.
Okay. Sounds good.
And yeah, I think that's really all. You know, I'm going to also bonus action hex this. Can I do that, or is this a long rest? Let me check. Let me check before, because I know I used it last time. It's on a long rest, so we didn't get one of those, so I actually can't.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, next up is the Holophant. And still talking to you, Moose. Why do you not want to save people? Why do you not want to be a part of the good?
People always get all emotional and stuff after you save them from dying. I don't want to deal with that.
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage. I'm just going to counter that with my own persuasion. Okay, so nothing really happens there. You know, they cancel out. You see something kind of like change in the demeanor of this elephant. And what if you didn't have people to save?
Well, I mean, there's always going to be people. What?
What if it was just... What if it was just evil things you were fighting? And no people around.
Kick their ass.
You see kind of like hunch down and... Yes.
I mean, if they're fighting me, I'm going to kick their ass because that's what I do when I fight.
All right. All right. That's where it's gonna. It just spent its turn chatting. This one over here. The next up is the demon. It's gonna swim 5, 10, 15 over here, and he's gonna look over at the elephant and sorry, there's something to check. There we go. It says,
Hey, pay attention to me!
and it sticks its hands out and it's going to cast Scorching Rays at Moose.
You and I are gonna have a lot of fun. But you gotta come with me!
First attack. Second attack. Second attack will hit. The first one's a 9. And the last one's a natural 20. Okay, first one coming out. That is 9 points of fire damage. And then the last one is... Oh, never mind. I'll just use the critical hit button. And the critical... Oh, I didn't roll particularly well. That is 12 points, so 22 points of fire damage altogether. You still with us, Moose?
Did you say 22?
That was 21 points of fire damage in total.
Yeah, he probably would stagger a little bit.
Does question out of game for Moose. Are you resistant to fire?
I am resistant to fire.
So you take half of that.
Oh.
Sorry, Morgan. I just
No, that's perfectly fine. Moose, roll a Constitution check for me. Yeah, just a check. Okay. All right. Yeah, you stagger back a little bit, just having been hit, and there's like burn marks on your body. You're not terribly used to being burned. And you hear your mother's voice again. That heat, that burning. Isn't it nice? The tingle, the sensation. Makes your skin feel alive. And there is a part of you that it does feel good. There is something that makes you want to give in. Almost like an ecstasy from some sort of substance that Moose may or may not have taken at some point. Okay. That's its turn. Next up is the boar. Let's see if it gets its lightning bolt back. It does not. So it's going to. It's going to use its movement speed to climb up the cliff. So it's a 15-foot cliff. This is half speed, so it's going to go 30 feet over to here. Come on now. There we go. Oops, wrong spot.
Will it get in range for Xerius to take an opportunity attack on it?
No,
climbing
because Xerius, Xerius is too far up.
Okay.
Yeah. The grapple shadow demon can, I guess. It's not really paying attention to anything else on the battlefield, though.
Yeah,
yeah, it wouldn't take its attack there. Just gonna move over here and then 5, 10, 15, 20. It's gonna use the remainder of its movement speed to get over here. Will is going to take an attack of opportunity against it, though, because it's now like out of range of Will. So this will be, and this is an advantage still as it begins to move away. So just checking. Okay, 20 will hit. So here comes the damage. That is 8 points of slashing damage, and Will's reaction is burned. And it runs all the way over here. And it just continues to barrel after the unconscious Kevis. Its tusks down, going for a big old strike right on Kevis's form. Kevis, roll a 20 for me. Add advantage. Okay, add advantage. The same.
The
Oh
advantage
my
was a 5.
Oh.
Okay. All right. This thing. Excuse me. Climbs up, digs its tusks into the ground, and just runs. Like a wave of dirt just spraying up on the sides around it. Just getting closer and closer and closer. I mean, and it still has to make its attack against you, so this is okay. Its attack, this is at advantage because you are prone. 23. Okay. And even the unicorn, like, ducks its head, and, like, there's a shield that appears in front of you. Like a glass wall. And it rams through it, just shattering it. And the lightning from its tusks comes up. And sorry guys, I am trying to think of like how this plays out here for a sec. Okay. Charges through, bursting through the glass, and the bottom tusks pierce into Kevis's sides from the hip and the upper ribs and lift him up, and continues to charge purely for a narrative's sake, and runs and slams Kevis's body into the side of the trunk of the tree over here. Just lightning blasting out, and blue leaves falling off of the tree itself, kind of in like a blue shower. It leans back, flicks its head in Kevis's form, kind of limply falls to the ground. Is there any last thing you would like to do?
Who's by me?
Literally, you are next to Ash, and Moose is a few feet away.
Kevis is going to reach into his bag and pull out a folded up piece of paper. Looking at Ash, holding it out. Trying to get as best of a grin as Kevis can give. And he did, choking on his last words, and says, "When you see my brother, give him this." And then Kevis will close his eyes for the last time. I'll take it.
Next up is the Shadow Demon. It's currently grappled by Celeste. It's going to use its turn to not get its Lashing Shadows ability back. And it is going to use... Where is it? It's going to try to break out of its grapple. Ooh,
You want me to make an opposed check?
Yep, an opposed check, please.
Only thing that'll fail this is a nat 1, so...
Well, we've had a bunch of those today, so there's a chance.
I know, right? Cursed myself just there.
Yep. It struggles trying to get free, and then it realizes it can't. It's not going to happen, and just leans in, face like inches away from yours. Do this, and you'll never see her again.
It.
Okay. Moose, you are up next. And Moose,
I'm going. Go ahead. Sorry.
what are you thinking? I'll let you go first.
I was going to just fly up and try to stay at the behind this door. And oh wait, actually, yeah. Let me take the. Can I disengage? Do I have that ability? Is that does everybody get that?
Yeah, everybody gets it.
Yes.
You can spend your action to disengage.
Yeah, I'm gonna disengage and fly up 30 feet, or yeah, back I need, yeah, up 10 feet and back like 20 feet, maybe, actually.
I got the height. Anything else you're doing?
Maybe over, above these bushes or whatever. I think I would yell, Kevis! But I'd still try to just back away from this boar.
And, Moose, roll a religion check for me. An 11. There's something that's gnawing at you. Something like a long, distant, ignored classroom where something might have been important that was relevant to right now. It's not coming into your mind yet. Okay, next up is the unicorn. Going to dash, or it's not going to dash, it's just going to use its movement to run over here and use its horn attack against the boar. Okay. And because it ran in a straight line, it gets an extra 2d8s on its damage for its running charge attack. Just pierces it in the side. A large gout of lightning just kind of exiting the side of this thing. And then it's going to rise up and like attempt to like crush its head with the hooves. That'll be 21. Okay, for 9 damage, and that'll do it. My little icon didn't work. There we go. Okay. Slams into it, and the boar shifts off to the side, and it rises up with its hooves, and just like continues to stomp on it, just continuing to pummel this thing. And the boar form slims down and once again becomes the man. This kind of echo of this dark character, kind of beaten and bruised. And you see him holding, or his sickle, tucked away now. You see him open his mouth. And he's holding kind of a greenish yellow smoking orb. and looks down at Kevis and says, I told you you would give it back. And he tucks it away into a pouch that is also glowing from the inside. And he's going to run over here 5, 10, 15, 20, provoking attacks of opportunity from the unicorn and from Ash, if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23 will hit. Unicorn will use its horn again. Excuse me. Okay, so 10 points of thunder damage. You slam into it, and there's kind of a shadow burst. Like, it comes back into it and like lipping more and more to the side. So that is 9 points there, and 10 points from the thunder damage. And it runs over to the tree and touches it, and the tree splits open. Becomes a portal as steps through. And the last thing you see before the tree closes back up is that pair of one orange and one green glowing eye. And it vanishes through the portal in the tree. Ash, over to you.
Yeah, fucking Malfurion just bamped out on us. All right.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm.
Like, yo,
Druids
that's
have crazy shit, guys.
Malfurion over here for real. Damn. All right. So we just got these two nerds left. I'm gonna pick up the piece of paper. I'm gonna grab the piece of paper from Kevis as he's slipping on, and I'm just gonna. As soon as I grab it, I'm gonna come up with my pistol and shoot at this bat thing over here.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, 21, that'll hit. Even I would even consider it has like partial cover because the unicorn's just in the way, but you get right between his legs.
8 points of damage.
Okay, 8 points of piercing. Is this a magical weapon?
Is this a magical weapon? I know my gauntlets are. I don't think this is.
Okay, the bullet hits it and passes through with minimal effect. It is resistant to non-magical piercing.
All right. And then I'm gonna step forward as I shoot. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and just get on the other side of the unicorn here. And that is my turn.
Okay. Zarius' turn.
At the top of the turn after Ash shoots him, can Celeste just say, stop, don't attack him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's straight up gonna say. And Zarius, kind of confused, saw pretty well what the fuck happened over here. I'll roll. Alright. So he will go over. Is it dark here?
It's dark, yeah.
Can't see anything else but this, but she told him not to attack, and he was gonna attack anyways, and two was he was just gonna stand back. So yeah, gonna fly over here potentially. He's just gonna fly up and Be like, all right, I'm sitting back. Y'all got this or something. Maybe he'll take the dodge action up here. In case something crazy tries to attack him. Because he cannot see that thing in the water. That other thing.
Nope. Okay. Evis's life is passed out of him and is nourishing the ground around him. Eli?
I'm sorry. So at this point, to you guys, Eli is gone. Let me just make sure. Does everybody see that out of curiosity?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what I wanted then. Oh well. Yeah, so
Eli is hacking the mainframe.
Eli's using those cheat codes.
Dear diary.
something like that. That's all.
Dear diary, today true tragedy has happened.
The war is not going well, Martha.
That ends my turn.
Okay. Next up is
Fucking
Will.
moose, dude.
Will's body kind of gains a little bit of composure. Once again, climbs up to the top and sees Kevis's body. And he just like looks distraught. He's gonna basically make another wisdom save. Again, not great. Zarius Moose, you guys are near him. You see his face contort. His cheekbones grow sharper and wider. His eyes sink. His fangs that grow out of an overly wide jaw. All with a kind of a blue tinge, and he begins to you just see him starting to lose control. I should have done more. Celeste, you are currently hugging a shadow.
Yeah. After hearing that, she whispers back, "What do you want me to do?"
It'll say, take me back.
How? How am I supposed to do that? I don't know. Do I just like continue hugging you? Like,
And its wings envelop around you into kind of a darkened cone. You begin to feel your kind of like your inner self just like pulled back towards the center of this demon, and it begins to spend its turn like merging with you.
okay.
Do you let it happen?
Yeah. essentially, this thing has told her that her sister's not gonna make it otherwise, and I don't. She doesn't see what other choice she has.
She. It'll be over soon. She'll be safe. And you'll be where you're supposed to be. Okay. Moose. Out loud and in your head simultaneously. You hear from the elephant. I can bring him back. And the cat and the little demon. Work with me and he'll be restored.
All together now?
The two of them look at each other. No! Choose! Our powers will not work together. It is impossible.
Like right now?
We can bring him back. We must hurry. Join me.
Flying elephant, I choose you.
And
Well done, Troy. You killed Q IRL.
it rushes over. Oh yeah, it's got a hell of a fly speed. And as you say those words, I choose you. The little demon screams. No! You're mine! And you say those words and it begins to be pushed back as if blasted with a kind of a gust of wind. Like you're trying to resist as it's swimming forward. Parts of it just begin to kind of disintegrate off and fly backwards. And this kind of it's a decent sized thing. It's kind of like the large size beach ball, and just begins to shrink and shrink and shrink as it kind of dusts off, and it disappears under the water. And the elephant flies over. And it lands on the ground and looks over at you. Says, "Are you sure?" He said, "Saving people's a hassle."
It is, obviously. Look at this.
Lands
yeah.
next to it. Walking forward, takes its trunk goes and touches the middle of Kevis's chest. And it's going to cast Raise Dead on Kevis. There's a shimmering energy that flows off of the elephant, white with kind of a red rim and silver sparkles to it. And it flows down its body, vibrating into Kevis's. And his broken form with his pierced hip and the gouge inside of his ribs, the slash across his chest, begin to seal up. Enough. Not well, but enough. And there is life that begins to return to Kevis as his chest cracks a couple times. Still completely unconscious. And very badly injured. But no longer dead. And next up, it's the Shadow Demon. And it spends its turn just reabsorbing with Celesta. Just the shadows straining from it, falling into her body, giving her body more shadow and definition and depth again. Continues the process. It's about halfway transparent at this point. Moose, you see this elephant land and revive Kevis, and it looks back at you, kind of like inclines its head, and then very similarly as to how the demon like blew off, it begins to disintegrate as well, but towards you. And you feel it absorb into your body. And there is a light, there is an energy that you haven't had before that begins to fill you, or you've touched it sometimes, but it now, the equilibrium that you've sometimes felt shift back and forth in your life, and has typically been with your demonic heritage. The scale shifts heavily onto the other side. Not completely there, but there is this crazy sensation and tingling all throughout your body that you have never felt before. Especially in your... Oh, how did I have them positioned? Do you remember which direction I had them? It was I think it was the demon was on your left and okay, so on your right side, it tingles significant. And takes you like a full, like good, like 2 or 3 seconds. Just, and something is different with your body. You look over, and your right wing is no longer leathery, black or red. There are white feathers with gold tinge to the tips of them. And your right horn is missing,
Oh shit.
replaced with a half halo.
Pretty sick.
Now it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I think I would dash over to Kevin. And, lean over and say, Kevis, are you there?
No response. But movement in his body from his heart, his breathing, veins pulsing. Very weak.
Or to the others. He's not dead. I don't think he's dead.
I quickly read the note. No, I'm just kidding.
I read and reseal real quick. That's my action. That's my turn. Takes turn to read now.
The unicorn is up next. And you hear in your mind, Celesta. Are you sure about this? Spawns of hags cannot be trusted.
Celeste kind of thinks about it and is like, I already know what I am. And I would go to the ends of the
Unicorn.
earth to save my sister.
Okay. The unicorn lays down on the ground around here and just stays put. Slightly wounded. Ash, you're up. You're the last combatants on this field is currently shadow tenting Celesta.
Reabsorbing.
Yeah, I'm shooting it again. Sorry.
Oh my god.
He just, I didn't see him get revived. I saw him die. I've got this note. I'm like, fuck all this shit. I don't know what the fuck I came back to.
You don't really know what's going on with Celeste in this shadow.
I don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
And out of character, it doesn't matter if I hit it or not. It isn't gonna hurt it.
Yeah.
You're like, this is the worst job I've ever accepted for these people.
Right.
Again, like,
I need a severance package ASAP.
Okay. So just fire. Just not really with it. The shot goes wide and just splashes in water.
All right. That's my turn.
Okay. What is Zarius up to?
Just like, yo, cool, he's alive. I think he's alive. Yo, like, is that supposed to happen? And he like points down to Celeste and this demon thing.
Yeah. I feel like he would be like, is that supposed to happen? And then like he realizes what is going on, be like, holy shit, he was dead and then he's not?
Yeah, he's like, what? Huh? What? Oh shit.
with
What am I gonna do
Zarius's-
with him?
I'll take it on this one.
Yeah, take him on this.
With Zarius' fascination with death and the avoidance of death, I think he's just gonna land and walk over to Kevis, just like examining him and like kind of realizing that Kevis is pinned, like his body was like pinned up against a tree, and there's like blood streaks down it, and there's like 2 gore marks where the tucks, or 4 gore marks really, where the tusks came, and like there's the tree is kind of broken. I think he's gonna kind of flash back to when he almost died in a tree, and he's just gonna sit here and watch and look at it, and first of all, he's gonna rack his brain for medical knowledge. Nothing. It's gonna try to expand his mind out for Arcana. Really not much better.
His mind expanded just a little bit.
But there's maybe something here that, like, inside of Zarius' mind begins to shift. Maybe magic's the only way. It's a thought that just runs through his mind.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Evis was brought back. Is he seeing anything? Even though he's unconscious.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
And I don't mean like
Roll.
physically.
Yeah, roll a religion check.
Question. Because of that spell, I get a
What
minus
spell?
4.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To like everything.
That's 3. No. Yeah.
Okay. You don't see anything, but there's a very distant pounding, like a very muffled, very off in the distance. You're not really sure what it is. Will's turn. And looks at the group. He's like, "Are we just gonna let this happen?" And like takes a moment to like kind of like put his body back together. His claws retract. The blue tinge disappears. Goes back to the brown skin and the afro. Comes back to himself. We're just gonna let this happen to her? As he points down to Celeste.
Nope. And I'm just like aiming another shot, but obviously not shooting.
He's like, nope. Celeste is 100% looking at this demon straight in the eyes. It's like,
Celeste, roll a Constitution check for me, please.
hey, Constitution check. 13.
Okay. You spend your time just allowing it to absorb back in. It's going to take its turn to do it as well. Okay. And only a few fragments of the shadow remain.
And it whispers, she'll whisper to what remains of it. It's pretty much, I kept my end of the bargain. If she lays a single hair on my sister's head, prepare for the worst.
And it'll whisper back. Its voice kind of thready and distant at this point. She'll be safe. shall be safe. But you won't be here to see it. And it's gonna blast the shadows. Fade into Celesta. Celesta's body is like sent rigid for a moment. And her consciousness fades.
Oh, lovely.
She falls forward straight into the water.
I'm not unconscious though. Am I unconscious?
You're unconscious, but
Okay.
healthy.
Okay.
And chaos of the combat fades. And
All right.
a lot of you are just left there, kind of bewildered.
I would dash over and pick Celesta's face up out of the water so that they could breathe. Probably say, I don't know why you didn't get a golden elephant too, but next time pick that one.
Whew. Just a moment while I grab something.
Why not? No, if I had a golden elephant, I would have picked it. I didn't get one of those though. I got a shadow demon. So yeah.
Yep, but she's fully unconscious. And Moose, you pick her up and like kind of roll her over, and her head's laying in your lap. There's something that looks a little bit different about her. Celeste has very sharp cheekbones. She definitely has a lot of resting bitch face to her. She's very stoic, very stiff in expression. And her face is a little bit softer, a little bit rounder, a little bit more kind and gentle looking. And her body begins to shrink. And nearby armor, the sword, the shield, the clothes begin to just kind of fade out. Wings begin to sprout from her back.
What the fuck? What is happening?
Hey, Kevin's is passed out.
He said, "Shut the fuck."
Unsurprised.
Oh my gosh!
And after a few moments of this transformation, you are holding your friend Pinky in your arms. And Celesta is fully gone.
And Pinky is still buffed.
He's still buff. She's
Still has
hashtag blessed.
3-month-old bless.
Honestly,
And that is where we will
What?
that is where we will wrap for the episode.